Okay, here we have a level 7 swimmer of Nettakallappa Aquatic Center, Adarsh. We're just going to analyze his stroke mechanics. We've taken some underwater shots using the GoPro. And there he goes. And we want a nice streamline as he pushes off. I would give good points for this streamline. Although his body is pointing a little bit down, which he needs to fix to get the maximum free movement, effect of the free movement. And then he starts his dolphin kicks. It's reasonably good. Feet's a little bit apart. If you can fix that, he's getting a good power down. Okay, and there he goes. Okay, now the breakout. Okay, he's bending his elbow, no good. Okay, his palm's facing up, creating a lot of drag. So this is not how you break out. So you're in a streamline position. The breakout should happen right from there. From the streamline position, you start your first strong stroke with a strong hand with the body roll. Now, if you do other things, such as the other she's doing, like lifting the palm up, bending the elbow, you're creating a lot of drag, thus losing the momentum that you created using your push-off and dolphin kicks. And also another thing to notice here is he's lifting his head out, and which is again creating a lot of drag, as you can see. And his arm is too wide. Again, all these things creates frontal drag, which slows the swimmers down significantly. Okay, so he's charging through. We are slowing it down, and you can see his arm going wide. So once it's in a straight line, we want it to be in a straight line. So from the top to the bottom, if the person is closer to the center axis, then you have much better streamline going on. More you deviate from the center line, that much more create that you're gonna cause. There you go. Say that's the center line. There we go. That's the center line. Okay, now we have the side view. Let's see how Adarsh is getting his early catch. Again, you see the same problem that he did. Bending his elbow and lifting his palm up. That's creating a massive frontal drag over here. We want his palm to cut through rather than creating a bubble of resistance. Okay, I'll let him go further. Okay, now beautiful early catch with the wrist, but is he following it up through his elbow? We'll wait and see. No, he's not doing it. His elbow is leading. Now, because his elbow is coming in front over there, we have a problem. The problem is water will escape through here, right? Instead of this, what we want is his elbow to be like that, so that there is the water is trapped inside here, so that he can push through that water, gripping that water. Okay, hope that's clear. So right now his elbow is leading, which is not good. Elbow has to be a little bit up, leading with this palm. Same goes to the other hand as well. Another thing we observe here right now is his body position. Excuse me. As you can see, if that's the surface of the water, his body is over here. So we see about 8 degrees of deviation from the surface, which is all creating drag. So that comes from his head position. So his head is a little too high. So if he can keep his head a little bit down, that will allow him to push the body up over here, right? So creating less drag. Let's observe more. Yeah, same problem, leading elbow. And we can observe here that his head is coming up too high for breathing. So we want to have the forehead lower than the chin, right there. So the chin should be higher up than the forehead. Right now the forehead is popping up higher than the chin. It would have been nicer if we have, the other side breathing, this side breathing. Come on, others, one breath. No, we don't have it. Okay. So basically his forehead needs to be lower than the chin. This is the front view, and here we can kind of see that how much is he deviating from the central axis. There we go. So left arm seems to be good, the right arm is the issue there. Okay. Extension is pretty good. You should give him the point. And I think at the back, the leg is bending a little too much. We want a low range, high frequency kicks. The legs should not go up and down too much, should definitely not come out of the water, but the frequency of the kicks has to be really, really high. So that's very important. Okay, let's observe more. Alright, so now we have Chakshu. So the difference between Chakshu and Adarsh is that Adarsh is very tall. Chakshu is not as tall as Adarsh, but we'll observe his stroke mechanics. Alright, there you go. It's a great push off. Not a great free movement. The body needs to be more in streamline. As you can see, he's bent his body, so he's not getting much from this free movement. But a lot of power being generated for fly kicks. Legs are a bit apart, which is not great, which causes more resistance. So he's not narrow. He can be narrower than that by keeping his feet together and also create more propulsion. But Chakshu is creating a lot of drag. And let's see how's this breakout. There you go. Okay, not too shabby. I'm sure he could have kept this arm more streamlined while he's going for the pull, but nevertheless pretty good. No body roll. We would like to see more body roll by extending this arm and lifting the shoulder out of the water. Okay, continuing. Too wide, the pull. I don't think Chakshu has to go that wide. We can stay closer to the center line. That's the center line. Yeah, that's the center line. Closer he stays there. The left arm, the other arm's reasonably good. Okay, let's see that again. This is the other arm. Again, Chakshu is not doing the early catch, we can tell straight away. And that leg just going too wide at the back. If you can see the feet, one is there, one is here. I mean, they're miles apart. That's going to create more drag. So again, the kicks are much better if the range is lower and frequency is higher. Okay, continue on. Okay, let's watch the breathing. Okay, again, same issue. His forehead needs to be lower than his chin. Okay, so this needs to go down and this needs to come up. So that way his body is more streamlined. That also allows his lower part of the body, the hips, to rise up. Okay, we have the side angle. So this. See, Chakshu needs to hold this position for a good 1.5-2 seconds. Now this is super streamlined. This is great, right? Yeah, that's great. But then what he does, he quickly goes into his fly kick mode. So fly kicks are great. I mean, feet are apart. Other than that, the power delivery is good. Yeah, feet are getting apart though. Okay, and then the breakout, not too shabby. Just need a more body roll. Okay, now Chakshu is not catching early right now, so the arm is entered over here. Still no catch. So what we want here is for that. Okay, let's see how he goes. So he's more straight. See that? See, we want the green one is what Chakshu is doing. What we need is this. It's not happening, it's straight. See? This is what we need. And straight is what's happening. Okay? So both hands. So which means only halfway through Chakshu is getting the real grip. Now Chakshu is getting the real grip over there. He's catching that water. All the rest of the time, the water is slipping away from his hand. And if you observe the kick over there, it's not rhythmic. See here, he's like doing like a whip with a lot of bent leg, and then it's not continuous. Right? It's see this what he's doing here. During the breathing, his kick is going off, and his streamline is off, and there is no early catch. So all these points are to be worked with on Chakshu. A better angle for the legs. You can see that it's not rhythmic and continuous. Okay, now we have the top angle. Good, nice streamline, extension. Good extension, but there's a little bit of lateral movement as soon as he enters. It's very small, but that's enough to disrupt and create disturbance in the water, which he has to go through. See that disturbance is caused, and his body has to go through that, and you can see the drag happening straight away over here, and this is slowing him down, right? So that moving water will have to go through him, stopping him, every single part of his body, slowing him down. Okay. So that's why it's very important that we need to have a great stroke mechanics, and yeah, that's it. So good job.